of a person am I? How could I do better, especially the way I relate to other people? How can I be closer to what I want to be, to what I ought to be? And we're also finishing, as we're finishing the year, a sabbatical year. So it's not only a new year that is beginning, it's also the 8th year after a whole year that we were, in theory, supposed to take a sabbatical from the daily routine, again, to kind of contemplate on how do we want to renew ourselves, what innovations we want to start, what creations we want to create. May this coming year for all of us and for all our community be a blessed one, a good one, a sweet one that is much better than the one that is ending right now. We begin our service as we sing together, Ma Yafeh Hayom Shabbat Shalom, how beautiful the day is, it is Shabbat. And we turn now to page 2 for the blessing for the candles and the fruit of the vine. Turn to page 5 for the blessing over the fruit of the vine.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
We turn now to page 20 to sing together Lecha Dodi. We rise as we turn to page 28 for the Berlow. 30. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch Ata Adonai, Amar Riv Aravim. And we turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema. Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. And we turn to page 40 to sing together Mi Chamocha, the same song that our ancestors sang as they were crossing the Sea of Reeds. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. rise as we turn to page 46 for the tefillah. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch ata Adonai, magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You rain dew upon us. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. We turn to page 61 for the blessing for Shalom. We read together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. turn to page 253 for the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength for ourselves, for everyone we care for. We name the people that we know that need healing and courage and strength in our heart as we join in singing the Misha Berach. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Almost always before Rosh Hashanah, the last Shabbat of the year, is the same Torah portion, Nitzavim. We stand here today. And it's the same Torah portion that we're going to read also on the morning of Yom Kippur. So that means that on Yom Kippur, it's not because it's on the cycle of reading, it's not because that simply technically we got there. The rabbis chose it to be an extremely important message to be heard on the most sacred day of the year. Also the day where the synagogue is the most attended day of the year. So what is this message that is so important? I just want to say before that normally in the Torah, we get the feeling that the scribe of the Torah, the writer of the Torah, didn't have enough ink. That they had to figure out every word. Every word is important. On the first day of Rosh Hashanah, we're going to read here the binding of Isaac. 19 verses that tell this important story about Abraham taking his one and only son to Mount Moriah. And so many parts are missing of that story. You can write a book about what's not in the story. But our Torah portion is exactly the opposite. The message is so important that God and Moses and the writers of the Torah are hammering it time and again. And what is the message there, actually, that is so relevant that we're also going to repeat it on Yom Kippur? It begins by saying, you're standing here today, which means all of you are here today to be part of the covenant with God. But then Moses says, I mean all of you. It's the first you is not enough. And then Moses says, I mean the men and I mean the women. I mean the children and I mean the elderly. I mean the poor and I mean the rich. I mean the chieftains and I mean the people who bring the water and the woods from the places where you bring water and woods from. I mean the stranger in your midst. 14 times the same message is repeated time and again to tell us about what we would call today that the message of this Torah portion that the rabbis ask us to repeat on Yom Kippur because it's so important is how important it is that everyone is included. So 14 times Moses is going to say, repeating in the name of God, when I say everyone is included in this covenant between the people and God, everyone is included in the community. I mean really everyone. Don't exclude the women, don't exclude the children, don't exclude everyone that is usually excluded. We could add different people, gender, sexual orientation, color of skin. We could have added many things, but Moses said, named the people that usually were excluded in his time. So it's a message of radical inclusiveness. Everyone should be included. But if that's not enough, then comes another verse that is an enigma till today. The verse goes like that. When I say all of you, I mean those who are here today and those who are not here today. So usually we interpret it, and it's a very nice interpretation, future generations. Those who are not there, meaning we were also part of the covenant. This is why when somebody joins the community in the ceremony of becoming Jewish, we always read that. This is why we choose it as a statement that we are also part of the covenant. But there's also another understanding, which doesn't contradict future generation, just adds another layer to that, a very radical layer actually. And that understanding goes like that. Those who are not here today are those who chose not to be here today. You know, just like in Jewish Louisville, the majority of the people choose not to be affiliated with the community. They see themselves as Jews, but that doesn't mean that they need to be part of the Jewish community. Well, apparently, this is not a new phenomenon. Also in the desert, there were those who chose not to be there for the covenant between Adonai and the people. And Moses is saying we're also responsible for them. We are also responsible for those who do not participate in what we organize in the community, but in a way see themselves part of our community, part of our people. I cannot think of more radical inclusiveness and of a message that is more timely for Jewish Louisville, for American Jews, and for every community that there is. Shabbat Shalom. Do we have an anthem?
Yes, it's Elohai.
So the anthem is Elohai. We rise as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together in the middle of page 283. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Please be seated. We continue together on the top of page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Raymond Allen Sr., Dr. Stanley Frager, Abe J. Abrams, Jean Blumenson, Betty Bronner, Ruby Grabfelder, S. Arnold Lynch, Brooks Morris, Ellen Beyersdorfer, David Flarsheim, Ida Goldberg, Herbert Hammond, David Jones, Irma Levy, Sol Nafusi, Ruth Weinstock, Babette Zimmerman, Louis Atlas, Ben Davis, Andrea Kling, Ruth Ornstein, Daniel J. Allen, Evelyn Meyer, Gennady Pishulin, Eva A. Silk, Minnie Waldman, Rose D. Udin, Joan Campbell, May G. Cohen, Harry L. Goodman, Harris Lefkowitz, Milton Morgulin, Herman Netter, Sylvan Samuels, Paul Wartime, Samuel Bernson, Raymond Katz, Marjorie Klein, Lillian Levens, Adele Linker, Joseph Lubitsch, Robert Paul Baker Jr., Nellie Droutman, Heinz Oppenheim, and in recent days, Belle Levy. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories from our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction. Amen. Our closing song is Od Yavo Shalom. Oseh Shalom. Okay.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
last 3 lines of Kaddish.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please join us in the oneg, meaning cookies and good things after the service. And please say Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova, a good and a sweet year, to someone you never met before, and also to people you do know. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.